and the Department of Trade, honorable members, and all the invited guests, our friends from the fourth estate. Karibuni to Baringo County Assembly. This is where we normally transact our businesses. I'm Alex Kiprono Kurui, the chairperson, Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries. We wanted to start and save on time, just to utilize about 2 hours. By 2 hours, we should be out of this place, going on our normal activities. But our departments are letting us down. I cannot see the CEC Agriculture. I cannot see the CEO Agriculture. I cannot see the CEC Trade. I can only see the CEO and the directors. Maybe so that you can start, Bwana Chief Officer. We want to have them here, including also the then chairperson for implementation, who is currently the CS. Bwana Chepkwony should be here seated so that you can start. We cannot start minus them. Kindly, Bwana Chief Officer, mobilize your colleagues so that they're here so that you can start. Thank you.
My names are Robert Kipsang, MCA Koipate Quad, and also chairman to the Trade, Cooperatives and Tourism Committee in the Baringo County Assembly. Welcome for this session, and in fact, we wanted to find some information which will lead us to, so honorable members, we had invited chairman, we had invited
and guess what? Member of Trade and Cooperative Committee.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm Evan Seur, member of Tourism Committee.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jen Jarob, Vice Chair, Trade and Tourism.
Good morning. My name is Miriam Katurkana. I'm MCA Baringo County and also a member of this Cooperative Tourism Committee.
Good morning. My name is Engineer David Sitoi, the MCA Bartabwa, Chair Lands.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. Tarus John, MCA Sacho, and an interested party in the issues of coffee, and I'm also a coffee farmer. Thank you.
Thank you, members. We were also joined by our technical team, led by our research person, Bwana Tekeyo, if you can raise your hand. Faith is the clerk to Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries Committee, and Celestine is the clerk to Trade, and Kubai is our Hansard reporter. Maybe now I can hand over to Waziri, because I believe you are leading this team. The CS is invited here, not as the CS, but the chair that was in charge of implementation then. So we will assume that you'll be leading this team. Karibu Waziri. And for our members, when you'll be given the microphone, there is a button that you'll be pressing on the right of your screen, if you can see. You'll be requesting to be given the mic through the button. Thank you. Karibu Waziri.
Thank you, Chair. I truly appreciate this invite today, and let me introduce then my team, starting with the CS, and thank you also for clarifying the directive on that. CS, you will need to mention your name, kindly.
Chair, my name is Dr. Chepkonya. I'm the County Secretary, Baringo County, and I was the former chair of the Implementation Committee for Baringo Charcoal Field. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. My name is Joseph Oiharo, Chief Officer in charge of Cooperative, Trade, and Industrialization.
Thank you. I also came with our technical team. They are right behind me. Please, may I ask that they introduce themselves also?
Thank you, Chair. My name is Abuji Vincent, County Director, Agriculture.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Lawrence Sami, in charge of crops development and food security.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Moses Toroitich, Director, Cooperatives Development.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning. My name is Robert Comment, Cooperative Development Officer.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Ivan Skimeres, Coffee Extension Officer.
Thank you, Chair. My name is David Miner, Cooperative Development Officer.
That is the team we have come with. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Waziri. I can see members, the chair, Chair Coffee Mill. If you can introduce yourself and the members of your board and the people you've come with, kindly.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Simon Cherogoy, the current chair, Baringo Chair Coffee Mill, and I've come with a team. I think they will introduce themselves, starting from my immediate right, who is our manager.
Honorable Chair, my name is David Kandawar, the Baringo Chair Coffee Mills manager.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Stanley Kemeta, Vice Chair.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Reverend Zakaria Chirchir, Coffee Mill Board Member.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Board Member Hendrik Rob.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Grace Rona, Board Member.
Kindly, if you are not about to talk, don't press the button. Let the person who is about to talk to press the button so that we minimize the confusion from the other side. Thank you. And also after talking, you press the button so that the mic can go off. Proceed.
Thank you, Chair.
My name's Honorable Jipto, Director in the coffee mill representing Hussein community. Thank you.
Karibu Mheshimiwa.
Uksir Kim, member of Baringo Cha Coffee Mill.
That is my team. So you can go to the next.
Thank you, Chair. We also, in the room, we have Baringo County Cooperative Union, BCCU. I don't know if we have the chair. The chair can take it from there to introduce, make sure that his members are introduced. Chair. Chair BCCU.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Willie Cheregoy. I'm the Vice Chairman, Baringo County Cooperative Union, and our Chairman, apology from Chairman, is not feeling well. So my team from the Baringo County Cooperative Union, you can introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jacob Lakilau, Treasurer, BCCU.
Morning. My name is Stephen Chemjor, Secretary, Baringo County Cooperative Union. With your permission, there are also other members from the brokerage company, Baringo Cow Brokerage Company.
No, it is well taken care of. I wanted you to introduce only members of BCCU. But if you are through,
One
you
of
can...
them, Henry Rock, is also with us, representing in the union, representing Sirwo.
Give her the microphone. They can introduce themselves.
My name is Hendrik Brock, a fourth member, Director of fourth member, Coffee Mill. Pia ni board member Baringo Union.
Unaweza tumia Kiswahili pia.
And Baringo Cooperative Union.
Asante.
Chair, I am Grace Rono and representing Union. I am member.
Chair, I'm Enokoy Kesume, member, Baringo Cha Coffee Mill.
Asante sana. Tunaweza tumia Kiingereza ama kutumia pia Kiswahili. Alafu tuko kwa Hansard. So ukitaka kuongea, make sure microphone yako imewaka nyekundu, alafu uongee kwa sababu inakuwa recorded. Kama tumemaliza?
Bado, please.
Okay.
Baringo Union, representing Kapumoi Coffee Factory.
Simon Charagon, representing Tuken Hills.
Are we through with BCCU? Then we can go to Tugen Hills. We can go to Tugen Hills Cooperative Society.
Basi asante sana mwenyekiti. Mbele yangu tuko na kamati ya Tugen Hills na ningependa wajitambulishe.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Samto, Vice Chair, Tugen Hills Cooperative Society.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mark Yatich, Honorary Secretary, Tugen Hills, and a center person in the implementation of Baringo Coffee Mill, co-chairing at one time with the former DG. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Nicholas Chemelil, Manager to this Farmers Cooperative Society Limited.
We are through with
Thank you. Thank you, Chair. I'm Kaptalam, Secretary to Ken Hills Farmers Cooperative Society. Treasurer, sorry.
Chairman of the board. Na pia sikupata nafasi ya kusema ni chairman ya supervisory ya PCCU, Baringo County Cooperative Union.
Asante sana mwenyekiti. Tutaenda sasa kwa
My name is Perry Sikamoy, member to Ken Hills.
we are through with Tugen Hills. Then we can proceed to Baringo Marketing Agency Limited.
Karibu. Marketing, Baringo Marketing Progress Company. As a director, we have members who represent from different regions, and they can. One of our member, I understand, is not around. Lelgo is our chairman union, and we have members who are. They can introduce themselves.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Aaron Chepkalon, Director. PNE, I'm the Secretary, Baringo Marketing Progress Agency. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chair. I am Hendrik Brog, Treasurer, Marketing Progress.
Thank you, sir. I am Grace Rono, member.
Thank you, Chair. I'm Jacob Lakilau, Director to the marketing.
I think we are through. Maybe you can give Komagon the microphone. You can see him coming in so that you can proceed. He introduces himself. Karibu mzee Komagon, tuko tunafanya introduction.
Thank you, sir. I'm Joseph Chipsoyo, member.
Okay.
Mimi ni Joseph Tukomen. Mimi ni member ya Progress. Progress.
Thank you, Chair. I am Bishop William Kitilit, Baringo Kawa Progress Company Limited, Director.
I'm Rose Koech, Baringo Kawa Progress Company Director.
Let him press the button. Kindly.
Oko, Director, Baringo Kawa Progress Company Limited.
Thank you, sir. I am Isaac Keminge, Baringo Kahawa Progress Director.
Okay.
I am Betty Sikamoi, Baringo Kawa Progress Director.
Honorable Chair, again, I am Willie Cheregoñ, Chairman Baringo Kawa Progress Company Limited, Marketing Agent for the Union.
Good morning once again. I am Yatich Mark, the CEO, Baringo Kawa Brokerage Company Limited.
Okay, are we through?
Oh, my name is Stephen Jimjor, Director, Baringo Kawa Brokerage Company Limited.
Now that we are through with the introductions, we are going to take some oaths, and it will be taken by a few chosen people on behalf of the teams which have been invited. And in that case, we'll have our CS, Chief Coin, taking the oath. We'll have our CS, Agriculture, CC, Agriculture, taking the oath. We'll have our CEO on behalf of the cooperative team taking the oath. Chairman, PCCU, taking the oath. The manager of the mill, taking the oath. And chairman of Tuken Hills, on behalf of Tuken Hills. And now that we have two brokerage firms, we'll have the two chairmen taking the oaths for the teams so that we can proceed. So, clerk, you lead the session of oath taking. Karibuni. Okay, you can, if you are a Muslim, you can use the Quran. If you are a Christian, you can use the Bible, or you can use you can raise your hand if.
Thank you, Jah. I, Dr. Jacob Kuruchepkwony, do swear that the information that I will give to this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you. I, Rispa Chepkonga, do swear that the information that I will give to this committee is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help me God. Thank you.
I, Joseph Oiharo, do swear that the information that I'll give to this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
I, David, swear that the information that I'll give to this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
I, Stanley Kimeto, do swear that the information that I will give to this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Chairman wa Tukenils, Chairman wa BCC has taken the oath. Huh? This is you. Chairman of the board. No, of the Chamil. He has taken the oath. Okay, you take the oath. Then the chairman of BCCU and chairman Tukenils. And also chairman of the other Kawa Progress.
I, Simon Cherogoy, do swear that the information that I will keep to this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
I, Willie Cherogoy, Chairman, Vice Chairman BBCU, representing the Chairman BBCU, and Chairman Baringo Kawa Brokerage, I do swear the information that I will give to this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Chair Tukenils.
I, Joshua Kiprotich Matetai, do swear that the information that I'll give to the committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Chairman Kawa. Oh, you have taken? Okay, okay. Chairman, what was the other brokerage firm? You have taken? So from the mentioned people who has not taken the oath? So everybody has taken the oath. So now we are going to proceed. I just want to make a few remarks so that we can proceed. Members and the team, you have been invited to appear before this committee pursuant to the provisions of Article 195 of the Kenyan Constitution, which grants committees the same powers as those of the High Court in summoning witnesses. Further, the County Assembly's Powers and Privileges Act, particularly Section 18 and 22, outlines the powers of County Assembly committees to summon and examine witnesses. This legislation ensures that committees can effectively carry out their oversight and legislative roles by compelling individuals to provide information. In this regard, therefore, County Assembly committees in Kenya have the powers to summon witnesses to appear before them, to provide information relevant to their oversight or legislative functions. Honorable Tim, we have summoned you, we have invited you, so that we can get to the root matter about the Cha coffee, Baringo Cha coffee mill. That is the agenda of the day. As we have visited the mill, we have gotten some information, but we felt that we need to come together as a team, all of us, so that we can get to some facts and also get the mill working for the people of Baringo as it was intended. So, members, we are going to start the day by engagement, and in this process, we will direct all questions through the chairman. We are co-chairing this session with my co-chair, Alex Kurui of the Agriculture Department, of the Agriculture Committee, and me, Robert Kipsang, Chairman of the Trade Cooperatives Committee. So we'll go straight away into starting the questions, and I will start by, maybe we'll start by getting the history of Baringo Cha coffee mill. And I think the better persons who are going to lead us in getting the history is the manager and maybe the chair of the implementation committee and also the board chair of the mill. Those are the people who lead us in getting the history. I'll also request that we look into the factor of time. Each question we will take not more than 5 minutes. So be brief and precise. So I'll welcome the manager, and if there will be any other addition, the former chair of the implementation committee will add some information. So karibu sana, manager.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I don't know whether I can allow to start.
No, you can sit, or you can choose to sit, or you can stand.
Thank you. As I present this report, I may not be adequately, or I may not present it adequately because I came to the mill in the middle of, or in the starting of the operations. So, Honorable Chair.
So, in that case, maybe you'll take up after the chairman. After the chairman of the implementation committee.
Correct.
Because
Chair.
I know he'll be the right person who has the information.
Correct.
So,
Chair.
maybe we'll start with the chairman of the implementation committee.
Thank you, Chair.
Who is also our honorable CS. Karibu sana, our chief secretary.
Thank you, Bwana Chair. I think I must say this is a very, want to laud you, Bwana Chair, for inviting me and inviting all of us for this particular session, actually to clear air on the Baringo Cha coffee mill, because there's many things which have been said, others which are lies, others which are baseless. And this is an opportunity, it's a grand opportunity to straighten things and put things very right. Bwana Chair, I want to say I came in the former regime as a deputy governor, and when we came in, the first regime led by His Excellency
Governor Cheboy, had already started the Baringo Cha Coffee Mill and laid the foundation stone. However, it never took off. And somewhere in the mid, when we came in the mid of 2020, the then governor, Stanley Giptis, formed an interim committee after a group of pastors led by the Bishop Kotut and Reverend Chirchir went to Korea. When they came back, they said there's need for us to jumpstart this process. And therefore, I was picked by His Excellency Stanley Giptis to chair a team which was called the Implementation Committee. And when I chair, for your information, I was the chairman, who was the deputy governor, the CC for agriculture by then, Lenangonop, was the vice chair. The CEO agriculture by then, which was Wilfred Kurere, was a member. The chairman by then, Tugenils Makiatich, who is here, was a member. Honorable Chepto, who was a former MCA, Osen, was a member to represent Osen community. Stephen Chemjor, who was the secretary, Baringo County Cooperative Union, who is also present today here, was a member. Then there was a Luca Rotich, who was a former CC in the first government for roads, and later on CC Agriculture, was also picked, and by the fact that he was a member of World Best Friends, and he came from Osen, where the issue of partnership between Korea and Baringo County started, was also picked as a member. And for your information, let me just conclude. Madam Director Oshil Kim, who is the director of Benesa, who was a link person, also was picked as a member. Reverend Chirchir, because Cha was a pastor, and he wanted to live to community, I want the community, the church, to be involved. Chirchir was picked as a representative. Bishop Katamei, AIC Cabernet, was also picked. Bishop Kitlit was also picked as a member, who represented Sito Tweet, Farmers Cooperative in Machongwe. Then we had staff from the department, Director Agriculture Abuje, Director Crops, Lawrence Sami, and then by then I had a PA called Boniface Chesire to support the secretarial work from my office. I had Willie Cherogony. By then Willie Cherogony, who is also present here, was the coffee extension officer. So he was also picked to support the secretariat. Then from the cooperative department, our cooperative officer, who is also here today, was picked, Mr. Maina, as the technical advisor. Kilel, the commissioner of cooperatives, who was in Baringo, was also picked as a technical advisor to advise the group. Kelunyo, who was our architect from Public Works, was picked as a technical advisor, and that is how the work started. To just open up upon a chairman, you are aware that the partnership between Baringo County and Korea started when one of our sons from Osen went to Korea, and unfortunately, he passed on. That is why we have Elia Center in his memory, and the Koreans found it fit to support the people of Baringo. And in the process, they said we want to have a partnership and said we want to support coffee sector in Baringo. That is why the Baringo Cha Coffee Mill is here today. The terms of reference for that committee were as follows. Bwana Chair, to spearhead resource mobilization for the construction of the mill. The second terms of reference was to oversee the utilizations of the funds to set up the mill following the budget that was approved by the committee. And the main financier was Cha Boyong, Reverend Cha Boyong, through his company called Litec Company. 3, the other term of reference is to identify stakeholders to assist in mill construction and affiliate infrastructure. That's road to the mill, electricity to the mill, and water to the mill. That was the terms of reference. Then 4th term of reference was to provide periodic updates on the progress of the mill to His Excellency the Governor, or to the county government of Baringo. And the last one of the terms of reference of that committee was to design a management model for the mill, including how the ownership rights will move. So those were the 5 terms of reference the implementation committee was given. So I took up the chairmanship and we proceeded. We were supported by the county government. We were supported by Boyong Cha, Reverend Boyong Cha, and we swung. We were given 6 months to ensure that the mill is in place. As we were starting, we realized that during the first regime, when the foundation stone was laid, there were already agreements made between the leadership of Tugen Hills and the county government of Baringo, that the site for the mill is going to be Katimok. And that land in Katimok was owned by Kenya Forest Service, but leased to Tugen Hills. The chairman by then was the late Eric Bargoreta. And in their minutes, which was alluded by the then chairman, Yatich was a member of the committee, they had agreed to give the mill 2 acres of that land to separate the mill and to separate Tugen Hills. And there were drawings and there were documents to that effect. That is what gave us the beginning point to go and start, because the foundation stone was already laid. That is by the then Governor Cheboy. So we went there, we agreed, we looked at the drawings, how the land was subdivided. However, the land had money which was not paid to the Kenya Forest Service, about 200 and, I don't remember the exact number, but over 200,000. So we agreed and we reverted back to Boyong Cha, and through the linkage between Okshil Kim and Boyong Cha accepted to pay off Kenya Forest Service. So he paid off Kenya Forest Service, and now Tugen Hills and all of us who are occupying that place had no debt. So in the agreement for the land, which others will testify, it was drawn. The lower part was meant for Tugen Hills, the upper part was meant for Baringo Cha Coffee Mill. And each one of them was to pay the lease moving forward. So we started the construction work, engaging Tugen Hills, engaging the Baringo. If you see the composition, we also had membership from Baringo County Cooperative Union, where Chemjor was nominated to represent. So we proceeded with the work, did a good job, and Cha gave us the money. And gave us the money, I formed a team within the committee to advertise and pick a contractor to start building. So the work was done, I think if I remember very well, the chair of that select committee was if I remember, was it Reverend Chirchir in Ebenezer when we were picking the contractor? Yes, which was done in Ebenezer. So we got a young man from Baringo called Architect Tarus with this company who won the bid. Then we started the construction. Now, the work went on well. We kept on supervising, plus our public works people, led by the county architect, that is Architect Elunyo, until we were complete. Now, when the work was complete, now county government, at some point, supported the work. CHA and county government. County government actually gave a grant to Baringo Cooperative Union to support the Farmers Society in building the coffee mill, because the partner also had given us money. So we proceeded well, and with the support of the technical officers from cooperative department, from agriculture department, we went until completion of the project. When the project was complete, we formed an interim board to oversee the running of Baringo Cha Coffee Mill. Because now the mill was there, the mill was running, the structures have been put in place. But now the farmers' coffee was being sold in silos. So we had a meeting at this NGCDF office where we invited all cooperative societies in Baringo. And each 3 membership, the leadership came, and we made a resolve. And the people who invited on our behalf of the implementation committee was the chair, Baringo County Cooperative Union, led by Lelgo, whom I expected him to be here. So we had a meeting, we deliberated, and the farmer said, we are losing a lot of money, our mill is ready, but we cannot operationalize the mill without a board. Now, at that point, we had also AFA. We had AFA. AFA is the Agricultural Food Authority, who has the mandate to allow the registration of the mill and give function to the mill. AFA came, advised us that in the meantime, I have an interim board to run. And we looked around, and in our first registration, we picked members to form the interim board. And in that interim board, we had, in the first, to register the mill. Sorry, thank you. We picked Okshil Kim as an interim member. And that one was to represent Ebenezer and the partner, that is Cha. We picked David Chepkonga. There's something I've jammed there. We had now, as a committee, when the mill was ready, and we had an interim board, then we needed a manager. So we advertised for the position of a manager. And that is when we picked Kandagor. The interviews were done in AIC Ebenezer, and the board members who are the interim interviewed and gave the name Kandagor by then. So Kandagor became the manager. Then we said a member of the Tugenils to be also a board member. That was Maki Atich, who was by then in Tugenils, whom we registered as interim board. Then we had Stephen Chemjor, who was the secretary of Baringo County Cooperative Union, to come in to represent the farmers of the union. And then we had Sagaria Chirchir, whom we brought in to represent the church, the faith-based. And then we had William Cheserem to represent the Mochongo area, that is Kitilit. So those are the people we used in the first registration, so that on that agreement to be able for our farmers to have a vehicle to sell their coffee. And we call them interim board until an election is made for all the farmers. So we agreed as farmers and as a union and as stakeholders. So we moved ahead. And because for you to register a mill, you must have what is called a company secretary. So most organizations hire a company. And then we went to Nakuru. There's somebody called Julius Duarte who does company secretarial work. So we put him as a secretary to represent. And in our arrangement, this mill, Charles said, I'm building the mill for the farmers of Baringo. Nothing else. Now, at that level, if you look at the receipt certificates, yes.
Maybe you say, Charles said what?
He's building the mill for the farmers of Baringo, to empower the farmers of Baringo. And when you look at the registration, you will realize that there was no shareholding. We left at that point of no shareholding. Reason was that the county government invested and our partner invested. And these shares were supposed to be sold to all cooperative societies. And the value, the nominal value, had not been agreed. So as implementation committee, we left at that, and we said when the full board of directors elected by the farmers come in place, their mandate, their first mandate is now to go ahead and sell what? Shares.
Chairman, yes, you said that there were no shares, huh?
Yes.
But from your documents, I'm seeing that every director was issued with that 1,000 ordinary shares.
Nominal.
Nominal.
Yes, which we said to all, for you to register.
Okay.
For you to register, you must meet there. But as we agreed with farmers that we have just the few to help farmers sell what? Coffee. But the mandate of the board, because the people who represented the board were interim board and had no election by the members.
Thank you.
And so, maybe members, let's allow the secretary to proceed until when he finishes. Just to note the points, we'll have time for clarifications after his presentation.
Yes. Thank you, Chairman. So after that, now we advised we agreed with the farmers, and we agreed on a request to have our direct sales to Korea or sell our coffee through auction, and we requested farmers that can we sell our coffee through the coffee mill because it's already in place. And other farmers, I think that the manager will tell us exactly how many societies brought and how many societies did not bring. Because some brought, some had already had other engagement to CMC, Nakuru, and other places. So that is the story about coffee char mill. We did, when the interim committee was there, we did an handing over report, and then to the board which came in, and now we zoned. When we picked the board, we advised them to zone. We had the zone from North Baringo, we had the zone from Baringo Central, we had the zone from Eldama, Ravine, we had the zone, we combined Baringo South, Tiati, to have a zone from Mochongwe. And then we also gave advisory that let's give a stake to Osen community to be represented in the board of directors because of our relationship with the partner. So that is the advice we gave, and then also we gave that since we need communication with this partner, let's also give one of the directors to the linkage person, that's Ebenezer, to be part. So we saw into 3 zones. We had a director, we told them, if you are doing elections, have somebody from Baringo North, have somebody from Baringo Central, have somebody from Mogotio and Eldama Ravine. And then we told them, have somebody from Baringo South, Tiati, and Mochongoi, because the coffee bushes there are not much. And then we told them, have somebody from representing the partner, which we agreed, Ebenezer. And then we also gave them advisory that as you elect, then give Osin community a membership, because that is where our relationship started with Cha. And lastly, we said, bring a member from the private coffee owners. We call them what? The estate farms, to represent the estate farmers. So after that, we handed over and we left them to have their elections. And that is when now they brought in the current chairman and the team. So that is the story. Now from there, Bwana Chair, let me just be very candid here. We said from AFA gave us advisory that the mill can be a warehouse, can be a miller, as by law. The mill can be a warehouse. The mill can be a marketer by itself. And we left at that. By then, we didn't have any brokerage when we were leaving. So when we were left, maybe the chairman can proceed from there, because I'm hearing some brokerage firms. But for us, as implementation committee, we gave advisory and handed over to the new board and told them, we go as by the offer. You have 2 mandates to do. 1, move ahead to generate the shareholding. 2, you've been given the mandate to be a warehouse. You know, coffee must be protected, must be a warehouse. You must look for, you can either yourself become a marketer or look for a marketer. And you can have 2 types of sales. You can sell as direct sales, or you can go to the auction. We left at that level, and I'll ask maybe the team who are there now to proceed from there, Chairman.
Thank you, our CS, for that. We want you to table the report and also the other documents like the handing over report. And if there is any other agreements in your possession, we want you to table them as evidence to this committee. So proceed and table. If you can help in tabling the receiving the report.
Bwana Chair, I'll get you the report, because we had combined the report with the CC Agriculture. I was coming as just to give information. So I'll provide the handing over report from the department, they have it. And then I'll also provide the minutes. We have a file. The technical team has a file of all our meetings from the starting to the end, which I think if we can provide will actually help also you to understand as a committee.
Kindly organize before the end of the session so that you can table before the end of this meeting.
Okay.
So thank you so much. Maybe I'll give to members. It will start with the chairman, agriculture, then we'll go to the rest of the members. We use the shortest time to seek clarification from the presentation of the former chair.
Okay, thank you, Chair, and thank you, the then Chair implementation. I'm just seeking some clarifications from your presentation, Chair, is that the initial contract for Cha milling was done by the committee. And I'm trying to imagine. I'm asking myself, who was the procuring entity? Was it? Did we have then Cha registered Baringo Cha milling as a registered organization that was then the procuring entity that procured the contractor, the initial contractor that you talked about having been done in Ebenezer and done by the committee. My question is this: in the initial agreement, who was the procuring entity? Was it the county government? Was it the committee? Was it Ebenezer? That is, I'm just seeking clarification number one. That is clarification number one. Clarification number two, Chair, I want to know the relationship between Baringo County government now and Cha milling plant, according to your presentation. Now that Baringo County just supported Cha milling plant by giving them grants. So from our technical team, we also want some support from the budget documents to the effect that Baringo County government supported Cha milling plant by giving them a grant. I also wish to know, I know you'll give us information about when Cha milling plant was registered. I know also we'll still get some information going forward about the societies that are in. But my question now, according to the presentation, the last question would be, is Cha milling plant currently a marketing agency according to the advisory from AFA? Is it a warehouse? Is it a miller? That is summing up my question.
Okay, and members, let's stick to the presentations. Just clarifications from what the CS has presented, because we'll seek other clarifications later from the other members. So CS, just note the points, no? Just note them so that when the members are finished, you'll answer them once. Karibu, Mheshimiwa Saimu.
Thank you, Chairman. I want to seek some clarification from the CS concerning the land issue. You said that when you were taking over as the interim committee for that implementation of the COVIDA, you got that you had the Tukenil said had a debt of over 200,000. Then the Cha, the partner, paid for it. And then again, after that one, I want to seek clarification. Before the Cha, the partner paid for the 200 and something thousand, why do you have the agreement that the token hills relinquished the 2 acres to the coffee jar? Is there an agreement between the token hills and the Baringo coffee jar that the land has been relinquished for the construction of the coffee jar? Again, after that one, who have been paying for these payments to the Forest Service? Moving forward from that time, is the Baringo Coffee Jar have been paying for this lease agreement, lease payment for the annual lease to the Kenya Forest Service? Number two, you told us about the interim committee. You formed that interim committee. That interim committee shows that they wanted just for the implementation purpose for the coffee jar to be operational. Do we have now interim board? The interim board have they relinquished their positions, and who are the board members currently? Because those was interim. Have you done the election? Have they done election after that one, or the people who are still the shareholders of Baringo Coffee Jar are still the same people who are appearing now? Thank you.
Okay, Mheshimiwa Tarus.
Okay, thank you. I'll first of all want to appreciate the information given, and of course the implementation committee for work well done, and of course appreciate the Cha Boyong for
that gesture to make sure that we have a mill in Baringo. And I want to ask the Honorable Director, who represents, for Ebenezer, who represents Cha Poyong, to pass our appreciation to him for what he has done to the people of Baringo. We are so grateful for that. Now, my question is, from the list, we have shareholders, ordinary shares, that is 6,000 shareholders. How much was each share? And the second question on the same is, did the 6 shareholders or people owning the 6,000 ordinary shares pay anything for the same? Because it's also good to clarify so that all of us are aware. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Mheshimiwa Sitoi, and let's be brief, our time is not on our side.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Just seeking clarification. You said Baringo County government gave a grant. Would you mind telling us how much was that? Number 2, I have seen a certificate of registration in corporation that has to go hand in hand with CR12 so that I can confirm the directors. So could you kindly provide a copy of CR12? Thank you.
Mheshimiwa Katurkana, then we'll come to Mheshimiwa Majority Leader.
Okay, thank you. Through the chair, my question is, now that the Tugen Hills are owning that land, part of that land, and the Cha is owning the other part, according to my understanding, the Tugen Hills are paying the lease to the forest, to the Kenya forest. What about the Cha? Do you have evidence? What will show us that you pay the lease? Thank you, Chair.
Mheshimiwa Majority Leader, Deputy Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Chair, and everyone that is here. Honorable Chair, I would wish to request you that you relax the law so that at some point we could still communicate in any other language that it can be understood by everyone. So number 2, I came late. That's why I'm
Majority Leader, Deputy Majority Leader, we have given liberty.
Thank you.
Of communicating in the 3 languages.
Thank you, sir.
We have
Thank you, sir.
The Kalenjin, the Swahili, and...
That is great. Thank you. And number 2, Honorable Chair, I also wish to be noted that we are alive and that all the things that we are seeing here are actually being followed by the entire county. And so we must be extremely careful with every information that we share here. So my now concern, Honorable Chair, is I wanted the County Secretary, whom I found him speaking, to clearly, that's what I just want to know, between the county government of Baringo, the Tugen Hills farmers, and the Cha. Who belongs to the mill? Who owns this mill? I wanted that one to come out very clearly so that I have many other questions behind this one, including what Honorable Sitoi has just said on CR12 and all these things. I would want to make a follow-up of that. Next of the set of questions on exactly who is the owner. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll just give to the CS later on, maybe. I'll give to the CS to answer those questions. Then we'll move to the next person. And you know the questions as we proceed. We will be asking as we proceed.
Thank you, Chair.
I think I was doing a preamble on how the meal started. And I think when I chair, the manager is here for what proceeded. After that, we'll clarify. But let me answer what Mheshimiwa Alex has asked. When we were appointed as interim committee, the mandate to procure lied on us. If you looked at that committee, their chief officers, their county architect who prepared the BQs, and also we had the committee members who were given a mandate. So the mandate was solely from Boyong Cha, which was from a private or a sponsor or somebody who supported the farmers of Baringo. But as we proceeded, now that's when the county government came in to support in other issues in terms of bringing the meal on board. So the procurement entity was the committee, but it was a select membership, not the entire committee, but in our arrangement, a select committee within the implementation committee. The relationship between BC, Baringo County Government, and Baringo Cha. This was the farmers. By then, there was partnership. You see, when you are doing resource mobilization, you mobilize from well-wishers and also, and one of our person who had a relationship with this county government of Baringo was Cha. Through what I said, how earlier ICT came on board and now the other one came on board, which I will ask maybe later on Mheshimiwa Chepto to clarify on that. So that is our relationship. This is a partner who was willing and he said he wants to support the farmers of Baringo. The farmers of Baringo are our farmers as county government of Baringo. So we have a relationship. Now, on the issue of the land, Honorable Simon asked on the issue of the land. I actually clarified that when we came in, there were earlier agreements between the 10 leadership of Tugenils and Baringo County government. There were even drawings to that effect to show 2 acres goes to Kovi Chamil and 2 acres remains with the Tugenils. I want to clarify on that. The debt which was there was paid by our partner Cha to clear, to enable us move on with the KFS. And in the MOU, they agreed that they surrender 2 acres to Baringo Cha coffee mill. That is Tugenils, and the MOU is clearly here. And that was by then the leadership. And that is what gave us the strength to work together. And as we worked together, there was also representation from Tugena Hills. And as we proceeded building and doing everything, there was no contention, meaning we were in agreement. Secondly, you have asked KFS payment. After that, I think the manager will clarify. I don't know after that now. Mheshimiwa Gaturkana has asked, is there evidence to show that the mill pays or to get this pays? I think the leadership will be able to clarify that because I'm no longer in that position. But what I know, the first clearance of the debt was done by Cha. Mheshimiwa Chairman, in the first, if you look at the we had an interim board and we have registration for the new board, which was elected. If you look at those certificates of registration, they are different. I'm telling you, we were doing as an interim committee, we had our technical advice, and we wanted our farmers not to be losing coffee, selling through backdoor. So what happened in the next registration, I think the new board will explain why you can see that in the part for shares, there's nothing on shareholding. I think they will be able to explain, and the CR12 they are the custodians, I don't know. On the issue of BC, Mheshimiwa Lokorio, you have asked who really owns? Who owns between, if you look at the arrangement of the advisory we gave, the mill is owned as per the initial, and I think the interim members, Chepto and the team, can be able to clarify. I'll give them an opportunity, by the chairman. We have the county government who has played a role. We have the partner who said, I want to do charge, my contribution will not come to me, it will go to charge issues. And we have Osen community, which he mentioned because of the relationship. But now, as we speak now, why that part was left as we grew the mill, it was left, we could not proceed because county government of Baringo has no investment vehicle, if you are aware, and the bill is already with you. And for you to do business as a government, you must have an investment vehicle. And these are things we need to look into as we move forward. We have pump scores in Ravine having the same challenge. Maui Abata is coming on board. We have the same challenge. We have invested as a government. Baringo Cha, we have invested as a way of supporting our farmers because there's a donor who supported us. These are things we have.
Wind up, Mr.
Yes, these are things we have investments, but we need to have a bill. We have a vehicle for the county government. And that's why in the directorship, the CEO Agriculture and the CEO Cooperatives are members, ex-official members. Thank you. Maybe I can give an opportunity to Chepto to clarify.
No.
Yes.
Just
manager.
wind up.
Yes.
Just wind
Yes.
up.
Thank you.
Kindly, members, kindly, we still have a lot of presentations to be made, and most of the clarifications will be given as we go ahead. Maybe at the tail end, if there are clarifications which might not be clear, then we'll seek at the tail end so that we can save on time. Kindly, members, let's be orderly. Members, let's be orderly. I'll give just 1 second to Saimo, 1 second to Lokorio, so that, and kindly members, let's wait for the final, and when we'll have, if there's be anything which is not clear, we'll seek at that point. Yes.
Chairman, mine is not only for, I wanted to, because you said about the interim board, I wanted CS to tell us, have this board relinquished their positions and their shares so that the next board can take over?
There's a new board which was elected. I think the manager will explain.
Yeah, that's what we want to clarify. Okay.
Mheshimiwa Lokorio.
Chair, I am forced to be upstanding. Chair, I want to be very clear, and I stated in my opening remark that we are live. And so the answers that must be given here are either yes or no. So can we be told who owns the mill? And the answer should be, CS, you don't have to go around. If you don't have the answer, there's no crime. If you don't have any document to support the answer that you are about to give us, there's still no crime. Just tell us as of today. You know why we are here? We want to exactly. And by the way, Chair, I want to declare my interest here. I come from North Baringo. And as a leader in North Baringo, I have every reason to be told what exactly happens there. Number two, I'm a leader. I'm the deputy majority leader here. And I have every reason to ask with a lot of authority. And I want to know so that the next thing, without even going to pass and the Damaravin or other places. What is it that is happening in Baringo? What is it that is happening in Osen, in Katimok?
Thank you.
So
Thank you, Majority.
I want the CS to either say I know or I don't know the honor.
Thank you, Majority. Majority, we were just making introductory remarks. We are not into the whole conversation. Those were just introductory remarks by the CS, just getting us to know about CHA. So just hold your horses, Bwana Majority. Usiende mbio sana. And what we are trying to look at is just a way forward so that we can break from here and go to the structured questions. Let me go to Katurkana, then Engineer Sitoi.
Okay, through the chair, the CS was explaining about the initial opening of this CHA. And I don't see the reason why we impose a lot of questions to him, and yet the way he was talking, it is like he just knew about the initial part of that opening of that CHA and the operation to start. And then after that now, I think the chairperson is the one now to let us know everything about and what is going on from when the CS was the chairperson. He handed over what he was talking about. It is like he handed over, now he is not aware about that. So the chairperson who is currently chairing that chair is the one to let us know everything, all questions that we want to know today. Let him tell us who is the owner.
Very well.
Thank you.
Very well, Honorable Katurkana. Honorable Sitoi.
Honorable Chair, you know, for us to continue, it must be very clear, because at some point when I saw the certificate of incorporation, I felt like we are not doing the right thing, because we don't know who we are dealing with. If this thing is a private entity, then we have no business being here. And I asked a question, and the Honorable CS trickily evaded the question. I asked, how much did the county government inject? And he did not answer. Same way, he does not want to answer who owns this cooperative. He evaded the question, where is the CR12? And Chair, if I cannot get those honorably, I don't want to enter into the mud, I will walk outside.
Thank you, Honorable Sitoi. And I think Honorable Sitoi's questions are very direct, Bwana CS. Just getting to know who is the owner of Baringo CHA milling plant. Is it a cooperative society? Who is it, Bwana Manager? Just answer that so that I can proceed.
Thank you, Chair. I think I also need to remind myself that I'm under oath, even as I make these comments, that let me make my presentation, which ties completely with what the CS is saying. At the end of my presentation, and any other committee member, even my chairman, then honorable members, you can now ask us questions where we are not clear. With that permission, Chair, may I then proceed? And
Sir, proceed, Bwana Manager.
Thank you, Chair and honorable members. I am picking it from the time I was in, or the mill was launched, or is it inaugurated, around June 21st, 2021. We were invited, as then I was working with Coffee Board of Kenya, and then I was in charge of director technical services. So one of the things that I did was I received an application from Baringo County regarding the coffee mill. Then, so who applied for a license? The person who applied for a license is Baringo County Cooperative Union, Mr. Chair. And we issued a coffee milling license what category was this license, Mr. Chair, Honorable Chair? The category of license was grower miller. Maybe I take members through the licensing regime, or in terms of types of mills that we have in Kenya. We have private mills, we have cooperative mills, we have also commercial mills. So when it is owned by growers, on the chair, it is called a grower mill, as per 2019 coffee regulations, which are available for all of us to see. So the application was made by the county government of Baringo under the grower miller license. What does grower miller license involve, Honorable Chair? It involves, it allows the miller to sell coffee directly to whoever, if the farmers get direct sale. That's what you call direct sale. Equally, it allows the mill to participate at the Nairobi Coffee Exchange. And those are according to Section 23 of the coffee regulations. So when this mill was applied for, then the county was issued. And who was issued? Baringo County Cooperative Union. And now, what were the attachments, Honorable Chair? Attachments were the application, the milling, what we called a certificate of registration of the NINI, and then a memorandum of understanding between the county government of Baringo, the Reverend Ja Boyong, and Baringo County Cooperative Union, which was represented by Tugen Hills. In this agreement, in this MOU, Honorable Chair, the grower, which is the Baringo Union, which in this case was Tugen Hills, agreed to give 2 acres to the mill, and what did they attach? Drawing, which was signed by the lands. And who signed? All the people signed, including Tugen Hills. They said, this we are going to do. So, Honorable Chair, I have this document, which, if requested to, I may present. And again, Chair, I remind myself that I am under oath, so what I present is a correct position.
So, members, we have a valid up to coffee milling license, valid up to 2022, 30/06/2022.
Yeah, then. That was
so okay.
The ownership is still
so it has been tabled and we have received.
Thank you, Chair.
Proceed.
That is the, now, come 2021, towards the end of 2021, after I was invited to be a manager, I did an interview with other people. Some are here, some are not there. But they called me. This at the time I was exiting Coffee Board of Kenya when they called me. They asked me whether I knew anything about milling. I said, yes, I knew. So when I came in, around was November, Chair, I happened to have attended...
November of which year?
November 2021.
Okay.
That's the time I came. So then I was told, visit the mill, look at what is happening there. So I visited. The mill was just clean, nothing. What is there is only the equipment. The place is clean. There was nothing in it. So I went round. I gave recommendations, which are documented in minutes for that time. So went round. I gave a report, and the crux at the end of December, I think the most important time or date was 9 December 2021, when we held a meeting in which the interim committee, together with the implementation, met and decided to say, look, part of my report I told them, when I look at the mill, it has a name, Baringo Cha Coffee Mill. So we want to do business. To do business, Chair, there is no name in the business world called Baringo Cha Coffee Mill. So it cannot transact any business whatsoever, because not a person, cannot sue, cannot be sued. So what was my advice? Let us register this Baringo Cha Coffee Mill in order to do business, to be able to mill and sell the coffee. Without that, you cannot transact any business. So then, he said, what do we do? It's captured in the minutes, and most of the members are captured in those minutes. That now, let's register then Baringo Cha Coffee Mill. Who are the people to be registered? I say now, let's look at the interim board at that time. That is what the CS had alluded. Who are the interim board? It is registered, is taken. So we went to Huduma, and then we gave the name. There was no shareholding at that time. It's just a building. So when we gave out our names to the Huduma to register Baringo Cha Coffee Mill, it came out with shareholding. And then when the shareholding came, it's just, we are told it's nominal. None of these, us, I'm also one of them, none of us paid anything called shares. It just happened, there, yes, shareholding. So, then, that is at that time. So that was 2021, then going to 2022. 2022, we did the business with the interim board, chaired by Mr. Mark Yatik, then chairman of Tugen Hills. We did business the whole year. The next year, under CR12, that CR12 that now came is where all our names are there. Reverend, many of them, all of us, is also indicated. So all of us, we were, what was the purpose of doing this? In order to make Baringo Cha Coffee Mill work out or do business. None of us paid, again I'm repeating, paid for any share. So come 2023, Chair, there were elections. Now, the elections brought in new members. How are these elections done? Elections are done at the primary cooperative level. They elected directors. As per the Baringo Cooperative Union bylaws. So they elected the directors. Then, when they elect directors, they go and meet as a union. From the union board now, they nominate. They are elected. They are the directors. They elected. They nominate. I think 4 of them or 5 to go to the Baringo Cha Coffee Mill. So Baringo Cha Coffee Mill is an activity of Baringo County Cooperative Union, because the members who happen to be directors now are elected from primary societies. Then now they go, and then when they form so when you call for a Baringo Union board, all the directors of the mill are there, save for Okshil Kim, who represents the partner, and director for Hussein. Those are not members of the union. And then there are people representing the church. Those are, and then of course the county government, the Department of Agriculture, Department of Cooperative. Those are the only other members. And then myself as Nini. So those are the directors. Therefore, if is to answer, who is the owner of the mill? The owner of the mill is Baringo County Cooperative Union. But if you are talking about the mill as having CR12, then those nominal shares which were given, the best way would be, even going forward, the best way would be all these people who were given nominal shares surrender these and make the union 100%, or that mill 100% owned by the union. And I believe my chair will be able to shed light more on that. So there is no one who owns the mill as in because of the CR12, which is a nominal share, Honorable Chair. Now, so that is what it is as we speak now. So 2023, those people who were interim then, some of them did not make to the union level. So they went, but nothing changed from the CR12. It's still the way it was before. And that is what I think that my chair will be able to say now, what did they do all along so that to make that CR12 change into what it's supposed to be. So we have done business as
wind up, Mr. Manager.
Thank you, Chair. We've done business as Baringo Cha Coffee Mill in two ways. We are doing direct sales to Korea. We've done it for 4 years. Maybe this will be the 5th year or so. And we are also selling coffee to auction. But then, because we were not given a license, because we are supposed to be given a license as a grower miller to participate in the auction, we were advised, no, you go and register as a broker. You cannot participate by auction if you have no brokerage. So what happened, while we were still moving, doing the business around 2012, smart people went ahead and registered a brokerage, and they call it their name. When the steel union is still saying, so how do we go this and this? By the time the people are say, oh, smart people have gone to the register Nini. Then the union again now formed a company as the owners. Say now that we are not selling coffee at that, let us have a way of having our coffee, not by somebody else. Because at the moment, we are selling coffee through various brokers. One of them is Minnesota. So, but we are saying, no, let us consolidate our coffee with what we cannot sell to Korea, under the chair, we sell it through the union brokerage company. So we have done it for 4 years. We have progressed. We did 60 tons first time with about 8 members of cooperatives. Then the 2023, we did 80 tons with members about 12 cooperative societies. 2024, we did about 140 tons of coffee. And then in 2025, this year, we did 200 and something tons of coffee, meaning we are progressing.
Do you have a report to that effect?
Thank you, Chair. I have a report which I could table. And here it is.
So table it through the clerks.
So, Chair, I'm ready for any question, and I remember Mr. Amanda also. Whatever I say is the truth.
Okay, now that we might not be ready to ask questions to him, let the chairman finish, then we can ask the questions kindly. Mheshimiwa Sharon, let the chairman finish so that we can finish on that part.
Okay, thank you, Chair. I took over in 2023 when the interim board had just exceeded. Chair, when I took over, I found that there was a lot of challenges because after being elected, I was expecting a smooth organization which is running. So I found a lot of challenges. One of the challenges is what actually this honorable court is actually, no, not honorable court, but honorable assembly is actually asking. The challenge we had was who is the owner? Who is the owner of this mill? In the records that we found is that PCCU, the umbrella body of the coffee organization, is actually the owner. Though formalization of the same ownership to go into the CR12 had not been finished. So what we did as a board, the first was to have a meeting, discuss how we can transit from the nominal shareholding to a full ownership now. And we were at the tail end before you call us. Because what we agreed is that one, the members who owned some nominal shares should actually exceed because it was not proper. We told them to write letters. However, they did not. So we found a route, and the route was advised by lawyers, that we will call what we call an AGM. And in that AGM, the resolution that will come from that AGM will be used to register the membership of VCCU in what we call the Registrar of Companies. So, Chair, that was one challenge, but we found a route. The second challenge which we found is that the marketing arm of the union is having challenges. So we then decided to register our own brokerage company because there was already one which was there, which was parallel to what we were doing. Though if you look at that CR12, it is saying 100% of the shareholding belongs to the union, which is an abnormality because members could not agree. So we registered our own. I think it is in the tail end also. It was only to be finalized at the CMA for us to market. The other challenge is as we were progressing, we wanted also Mr. Cha to pronounce himself because we found in the records that he is actually the sponsor and the county government. Last year, Mr. Cha actually in a meeting pronounced that what we call the mill belongs to the people of Baringo. And I think it is in record, and I think it will be provided. So the mill belongs to the people of Baringo through Baringo Cooperative Union. It's only formalization that we require to do so that we can finalize. The last challenge which we found is that there were still people who could not believe in their own mill. People taking what we call the crop through other societies or through other union, what we call mills. So as we are progressing, we are actually in competition with our own people doing business outside the county. So as a board, we are actually striving to make sure that the mill is operating what we call efficiently, has a proper owner, and also removing the issues which entangled. Like now we have the county government, which earlier was mentioned that they had actually some investment. However, getting them shareholding is not easy because there is no vehicle for the investment. So those are the things which are tying us. Otherwise, the mill could have concluded its ownership. The mill could have concluded its marketing agency. The mill could have concluded what we call the shareholding, and we could be in proper direction. So going forward, Chairman, if we are to make money or to produce what we call an enterprise in this county, which can support our people, those are the areas we need to address, and we need also to address the issue of saying who is the owner, and then we keep on wrangling instead of sorting out the problem. So those are the few remarks, Chairman. I found it, and actually it is possible. We can do it.
Thank you, Chairman. Do you have a report to that effect?
All our reports are actually the ones the secretary, presented. Yeah.
It is in the secretary's report.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the secretary want to clarify something. Just 1 second, because time is not on our side.
Yeah, there's a question someone has. Who is paying? Are we paying for the KFS? Maybe I want to make clarification that yes, from the interim period, we paid money. And when we pay the money, Chairman, the receipt that comes out is in the name of Tugen Hills. So nobody knows the mill, but we are paying our portion. But the receipt we are given is under Tugen Hills. Thank you, Chair. Now, the last clarification is licensing. If you see, the first license was from Coffee Board, but the subsequent licensing is a devolved function. So we have a license from the county government for Baringo, and now it's up to date. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll give to Mheshimiwa Sharon. If you are ready, you can only, I'll allow only, at this point, I'll allow only 2 questions only, so that we can get the clarifications from the other teams.
Thank you, Chair. I've looked at the documents that have been provided here, and I was looking at the certificate of incorporation. Baringo Coffee Cha Coffee Mill is a public limited company. It's not a private limited company. And a public, according to the law, a public limited company is a company that can sell its shares to the public. And usually they trade in the stock exchange. Looking at the ownership information of the people who are called the shareholders of this limited company, it's 1, William Cheserem Kitilit, 2, Zakaria Cheboy Chirchir, Stephen Kipsergon Chemjor, Mark Chebon Yatich, David Chepkonga Kandagor, Kim Oshkil, Julius Ndwati Kariuki. According to the law, a public limited company must have a minimum membership of 7 members. And this is exactly what is showing in the document. I'm perplexed. When I was hearing the chair, the gentleman who was speaking before the chair, saying that they went to Huduma Center. And this is a company where our county government has put money, public money, and they went to Huduma Center and they registered a company. I don't know if they were being guided by a lawyer, but they just went there. And when they got the document, they realized that there were shareholders, there are names that were there. I don't know by miracle or by what chance. Because this is a public limited company. And Baringo County has put immense support in this company. And I don't know what return we get from as a people out of this limited company. And I would want to know, why is it that we have so many stakeholders in this establishment? Why is it that we have many things going on so that we have a lot of confusion going on? And at this juncture, and with all due respect, since the person who was involved from the get-go is the CS, I would want to understand what informed the CS and the county government to have this kind of establishment as the business vehicle for our coffee, for what is going on here. So, CS, would you kindly advise us, why did you decide to open up a public limited company so that you can conduct the mill? And who brought the 7 shareholders? How were they selected, and how did they end up being part of the mill?
Wind up, Sharon.
That is the 2 fundamental questions that we would want to know. And also a very important question that we want to know, how much have we put as a county government into the mill? And how much, and do we have apart from a memorandum, one thing, Chair, that we need to know is that a memorandum is not binding at all. If we go to court, it cannot bind anybody. Do we have any other agreement that binds parties? That is all, Honorable Speaker.
Okay, you will answer later. only one person, that is, I'll allow only one question at this point, that is Locorio. And just 1 minute, please. Be brief.
Chair, just a follow-up of what the Chair PCCU as while he was making a statement, Chair. Now, one question. You have been in business for some time. For how long have you been in business? Number two, from the proceeds of the business, have you shared dividends to the members of this circle? Lastly, Chair, the manager is a shareholder of this cooperative. One is a manager again. Don't you think it's a conflict of interest? Thank you.
Noted, Honorable Locorio. Now you will hold on. You don't respond now. You will respond later. I want to go to Honorable Keegan to ask the next sets of questions.
Thank you, Chairman. I think many questions have been answered, and I think we'll be moving because of time. Mine was to know the total cost of constructing the mill. What was the cost of mill construction from the start? And how much as the county government of Baringo invested in this mill? We need to know the amount and which year was it? Because I think there's some amount that the county government provided. We need to know how much and which year, the financial year. That will be great for us. Thank you, Chair.
I think you just need 2 minutes to answer those specific questions. And I think it's from the department. The two departments, you want to just answer the 2 questions briefly and be specific so that we don't waste more time. I think it will answer the question by Sharon. And as we proceed, other questions might be answered as we ask further questions. Madam Wasiri.
Thank you, Chair. I really appreciate the rich history that we've just been given all along from inception up to date. Let me invite my technical team, Director, to answer on that part.
So thank you, Chair. The contribution by various partners is our partner, Reverend Chaboyong, gave 48,053,000. 48.53 million. The county government of Baringo gave 17,500,000. The national government supported the construction of the access road all the way to the mill. Thank you.
Okay, so those are the funding directed to the mill. As we proceed, I want Mheshimiwa Tarus. There is a question which we wanted to ask. Mheshimiwa Seure.
Thank you, Chair. I have just one question. How much have the private investors invested into the mill? Provide the names of the private investors and the amount each has contributes and provide agreements between the parties. Thank you, Chair.
Very well. I think that one has been answered by by the manager, I think, and by the director. Cha is a private investor and he has contributed 48.053 million. Tarus, the Honorable Tarus. Question B4. Question B4. If Honorable Tarus is not around, maybe engineer.
Thank you. Question 4. How much shares do the county government of Baringo have in coffee mill, considering it has pumped some money? So what is the shareholding for Baringo County?
Manager.
Thank you, Chair. I think this issue of shareholding is still a thorny issue for purposes of our understanding. Honorable Chair, the first question was, who are these people and where do they come from? They are shareholders. So, Chair, allow me to say that from the record that I gave you, 9th of December 2021, there are people who were interim. For example, Mark Yatich was interim and was chairman of union of Tugen Hills. Stephen Chemjor represented Kituro. Sagaria Chirchir represented faith-based. And William Kitili came from Baringo South, which is Sito Twet. So these people, the interim, were farmers. And they represented the societies and the sub-counties. So they were not just private investors. So, again, no one has a shareholding in terms, the shareholding is, I said, nominal. Honorable Member, Chairman, may understand what a nominal share entails. And therefore, even if you ask me today, as David Kandawara, a shareholder, how much did you pay? I will say nothing. Or just allocated. So I cannot claim. If I claim, then that will be an in. So again, Julius is a requirement for a public limited company to have a secretary. At that moment, Chair, we didn't have a better way of registering. Maybe Honorable Chair would have said, no, you should have registered this mill in this manner so that you are able to operate. At that time, we needed to operate. And the information we had, or the way we thought at that time was, so we can be advised that no, as a county, you should have registered this thing in this manner and this manner, which is okay. So, Chair, who came up? I'm saying they were the interim members of the after implementation, they went to the interim, and those were the people by their right because they came from the sub-counties.
Thank you, Manager.
Then,
so that you don't belabor, it is almost like the county government has 0 shares. No shares has been given out.
Chair, I'll go Kidogo. I'll go there. Dividends or private investors. Of course, there are no private investors other than that. Dividends. How much do we make, Chair, from the mill? Yes. We don't make a lot of money. We mill. We get money from milling, which is $70 a ton, and if we manage to sell, direct sell to Korea, we'll get our marketing share. If we don't, we have no money. So how much money do we get? We get it if the members who patronize the mill are more, we'll get more money. And so far, we've not made even an inkling. We've not made any profit whatsoever. And so the last, Chair, I think that is what I can say. Yes, that's what I mean. So there are no private investors other than the original person who, and there are no any other person. Thank you, Chair.
Maybe a quick one. The chair BCCU. Where is the chair BCCU? Where is the chair BCCU? Thank you, Chair BCCU. Just a few questions for you. because the manager has rightly put that the mill is squarely yours. It is for BCCU. Just a question, Chair, BCCU. How many societies form Baringo? Is it Baringo Coffee Cooperative Union? How many? Just how many?
Thank you, Chair, for giving us opportunity today to the Assembly for the same interaction. Thank you. As representing the chairman for the BCCU, actually what has been said by the chair Coffee Mill
Maybe Chair, that was a direct question. How many societies form your BCCU?
The BCCU as of now, we have 30 cooperative societies.
30 cooperative societies?
Yes, all the way from Koibatek,
Thank
Baringo
you.
South, up to Baringo North.
Thank you,
That's
Chair.
Farmers
Thank you, Chair.
Cooperative Society, affiliate society.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes.
I'm just following up from the presentation of the manager.
Yes.
Why did the manager hope to go and register the company otherwise than including you and maybe introducing your membership so that they can take up the shares, so that you can go, you cannot, so that you avoid all these cycles we are going through?
Yes, maybe briefly to highlight, Chair, Honorable Chair, Baringo County Cooperative Union, during that time, we applied for the license in 2021, 4th May 2021, to AFA Coffee Directorate. And BCCU, we contributed the amount for the license. When they came, they did inspection. After finishing inspection, we were supposed to be given the license as Baringo County Cooperative Union. But that never happened during commissioning. And that's where the conflict is up to now. And thank you for allowing the farmers here representative for the interaction, so that you can get the actual facts. During construction, as our CS explained, the 2 acre, we have the survey map, which was apportioned by Tugen Hills to BCCU for the 2 acres for constructing the mill. I have the document with me from Kenya, Baringo County. And then, after completion, Honorable Chair, agreement between Chair Boyong was made, Baringo County government, Tugen Hills on behalf of Baringo County Cooperative Union, which is the affiliate societies, who are the growers. And for your information, Honorable Chair, for a mill to be constructed, AFA Coffee Directorate condition is you have to have thousands of acres of coffee so that you can be given license to construct a mill. So the union affiliate societies coffee on their farms was used to be allowed to construct a coffee mill, not a private entity. Not a private entity. And even now, if BCCU would wish to construct a mill for the union, they will not be allowed by AFA Coffee Directorate, because the other one was used to construct this one. And then, in this agreement, it was signed by His Excellency Kiptis, governor, former governor. It was signed by Chapo Yong, and it was signed by Maki Atich, Chairman Tugen Hills, on behalf of Baringo County Cooperative Union. Tugen Hills was the host of the BCCU, but it is now heading to the 5th year. It has not yet been handed over to the union. That is the challenge you have in Baringo.
Chairman, BCCU, what role do you play? Chairman?
Yes.
Just a quick one.
Yes.
In the normal running of Cha milling plant.
Yes.
The very normal running, where do you come in as a BCCU?
BCCU?
Yeah.
As currently, as per the Coffee Regulation 2019.
Keep in your mind that the mill belongs to you.
how it should be run. Repeat the question.
Chairman, what I'm trying to say is this:
Yes.
in the presentation of the manager, is that the Baringo Cha milling plant is squarely owned by BCCU. What I'm trying to ask is this: in the normal running of Baringo Cha milling plant, where is your position as BCCU?
As BCCU, currently there is no representation because the union has not been handed over the mill to the union. And that is where the conflict is in Baringo.
Earlier on, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
We were told that you nominate the board of directors.
Yes.
Were you involved in nominating the board of directors who sit in the board of the mill?
The board of the mill, no.
Nyinyi mulihusishwa kwa kuchagua wale wanakamati ambao wanaendesha ile kiwanda.
What happened? It is the mill, the Baringo Cha coffee mill, which just picks some farmers, and they tell the farmers, this thing is yours. We have nominated representation from the farmers, but the farmers have never agreed on that. But the farmers are here.
Mwenyekiti, wacha tu niulize swali.
Yes.
Unamjua huyu mwenyekiti wa mill, huyu wa board?
Yes.
Unamjua? Unamjua namna gani?
I know he is a representative of Tugen Hills.
He is not part of you.
For the union? What I'm saying, there is a conflict because the mill manager happens to just big point. It is not actually, it was not done as per the Cooperative Act. I think the cooperative officers are. Yes, there was no election.
Okay.
Maybe you can answer also.
Okay. Keti bwana chairman kidogo. Sorry, keti tu kwanza kidogo. Nataka kwanza keti tu kidogo. Nataka wale members wa BCCU. Tafadhali msimame kwanza nione. Members wa BCCU. So okay, now that who is the vice chair? Yeah, BCCU. Who is the chair? Who is the secretary? Okay, give the secretary the microphone.
Thank you very much, Chair, for giving me this opportunity to contribute on this issue of our mill, Baringo Cha Coffee Mill.
Okay, be specific, Bwana Secretary, on what we were following up on, especially on your role as BCCU on the mill. Are you a participant or what is your roles? Do you know the directors? Those are the questions I want you to deal with specifically.
I know all the directors. We were subjected to an election as members from societies. But we are there on paper, but not on practice as farmers. Yeah, because the issue is Baringo farmers are not fully involved in the running of Baringo Cha Coffee Mill. I know some colleagues, farmers, are in that board, but they don't call the shots. They don't call the shots as farmers. Even the election that was done was shambolic, because we went there.
What do you mean by shambolic?
It was not conducted fairly.
In your view, Secretary, in your view, what made elections look shambolic? Was it handpicking people? Was it by secret ballot? Was it by panga line ile ya kitambo?
No, ni ile jambo ambalo mtu anasemekana anum fulani amuka, and that is all. And the reason why I'm saying it was symbolic was even Baringo South is never represented in that board. In that committee never gave Baringo South an opportunity to serve in that meal. And people will bear me witness. People from Baringo South, represented by Mr. Kitilit here, were never met. They never met their way into the meal board, because that election never tambuad them. So Baringo South is never represented at all, at all. As a secretary, even change of secretaries to the account, I was asked to prepare the minutes of handing over. But nobody came for those minutes for change of signatories to the account at KCB. At KCB Kabaret branch. I still have those minutes, but the account is running. Who wrote the minutes?
Let us, Secretary, we want to understand you. We want to move with you. There is this account that signatories were changed from maybe signatories A to B.
Yes.
Which account was that when you were still a signatory? And now that now that you are not a signatory, just take us through that path so that you can understand.
That was Baringo Cha Coffee Mill account, KCB account at Kabarnet branch.
Who were the signatories then before it was changed?
It was the chairperson.
Who was the chairperson then?
Mark Yatich.
Yes.
The vice chairperson, I think it was Kitilit.
Yes.
Then myself, I was a treasurer. Then Okshil was also a signatory. And
yes.
The manager, of course. So after the shambolic elections of 2023, we were not bitter because we are no longer members of that board. But the due process was not followed.
Mr. Secretary, we want you to take an oath of office. Kindly. Let him take an oath. Kindly. Kindly let me take an oath. We cannot do two things at a go. Let him take an oath first, then we'll give you a... And as you are taking the oath, where are the minutes of BCC? We want the book, the minute book for BCCU.
I did not come with them today because I was not prepared to do so. So maybe with your indulgence, you'll give me some time. I can even bring them tomorrow. I do swear that the information that I will give to this...
Kindly mention your names.
I, Stephen Arap Jemjor, do swear that the information that I will give to this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Pardon? Oh, so can I repeat it? Yes. I, Stephen Arap
Maybe you can
Jemjor,
lift the... Okay.
do swear that the information that I will give to this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Thank you.
Okay, append your signature, Bwana Chemjor. Thank you so much, Mr. Chemjor. Now that you are on oath, maybe I'll repeat my questions so that you clarify. Mr. Chemjor, the initial signatories that happens that you are one of them, and Mr. Kitilit and Mr. Makiatich. When your time lapsed, you were supposed to hand over to the next team, and that you're supposed to hand over everything, including the accounts, to the next team.
Yes.
And you've confirmed to this house that that was not done.
It was not done.
It was not done.
Yes.
So you did not hand over to the current board. Is that what you mean?
We were called for a meeting at the mill sites, and it was baptized handing over. But we did not do anything to show that we are handing over. Because we have handed over severally in places, and handing over means signing something or writing something.
Mr. Chemjor, did you hand over the accounts?
No, I did not.
Thank you. Chair, was the accounts handed over to you?
Chair, they were not handed over to us, but we had to look for a way to operate.
Okay, Chair.
And with your indulgence, Chair, there's something I wanted
Chair,
to...
you are on record.
Yes.
Let me just guide you. Are you confirming that there was no handing over and that the accounts were not even handed over to you?
They were not handed over to us.
Are you running the accounts currently?
Yes.
Are they active?
They are active.
Okay. How did you get yourself in that position?
When we were in
and maybe what made the handing over not done?
I want to believe that they were not happy with the election, Chair, because the election of February, which we have, will actually hand over to your office. February 15th was supervised by Mr. Maina? Mr. Maina. And we called for a meeting for the handing over, and it was not done. That's why he's calling it, we did not hand over. So we had to go around it to make sure that we operate and we are running the business.
Maybe I'll just open up to members. You can have a seat, Chair. Let me open up to members. Then we'll just come back to you. Maybe they'll have something to say about that. The handing over and taking over of the accounts and everything. Engineer Sitoi.
Chairman, nashukuru. Imefika sasa mahali kaukweli kanaanza kuonekana. Nataka kushukuru ndugu huyu na nataka niwaombe. Ile kitu tunafanya hapa ni kusaidia wakulima. Wale wakulima wenye wako nyumbani. Hata sisi wenye tuko hapa. Kwa sababu kuna wakulima ambao kidogo wanahisi wamenyanyaswa. Na wakati ndugu huyu anasema hakupeana stakabadhi ya uongozi na wewe umethibitisha ya kwamba haukupewa, basi nina swali. Nyinyi mnafanya nini na mnafanya kwa niaba ya nani kwa ofisi? Kwa sababu kama election ilifanywa, na nilikuwa naomba sana waziri wa cooperative akwe hapa, kwa sababu pia nina swali. Kama election ilifanywa na wengine hawakufurahia na mkaendelea kukaa kwa ofisi, basi mmekaa kwa ofisi kwa niaba ya nani? Na waziri, sasa itabidi uchukue kwa niaba ya mwenzako. Kama uchaguzi ilifanywa na mimi ninaamini ilisimamiwa na mtu kutoka department ya cooperatives, na akathibitisha kweli watu hawakufurahia matokeo, na watu kama vile mmoja wetu alisema, watu walikuwa wanasema, in fact nita paraphrase, arabanum, na hiyo ikabaki hivyo. Sisi kama ofisi tumefanya haki kweli kwa wakulima wetu. Kumbuka kuna mkulima mwenye hata hana viatu, hata ajui hii kabarnet iko wapi, hata ajui ofisi iko wapi. We are the custodians and we are the voices of these people. Surely itakuwa vyema tukikaa na wengine wetu wengi, Jumapili tunaenda kanisa na tunajua kuna kitu kama hiyo imefanyika. Tafadhalini tusaidiane kusaidia wakulima wetu.
Honorable Simon.
Thank you, Honorable Chairman. We have two teams here who have they are disputing about this coffee jar. First, I understand they did an election. I want these members who are from these cooperatives. Who did these elections? Are they not farmers? Did the farmers attend this election? And who supervised this election? After that, when election was done and members were given the opportunity to go and serve as board members in that society, which procedure did they use? Because now, you know, even in every regime, those who were in the regime before, if they are not satisfied, they will not hand over. And the factory must move on. They cannot prevent the factory to move on. So we cannot buy that the people who were in the previous regime are saying the truth and the new regime are wrong. If these people who were in the previous regime refuse to hand over, do you tell us that the cooperative, the society, that coffee jar cannot move on? We want to know, after the handing over, which procedure did the manager and the board use to access the bank? Did you do it lawfully, or you did it illegally? That's what we want to know.
Thank you, Honorable Saimo. And at that point now, I just want to give to the CEC so that maybe Mr. Maina can take an oath and tell us what happened. And while she's preparing, I'll give 1 minute to Mheshimiwa Kiptala aseme neno, alafu sasa waziri nataka uongoze hapo.
Thank you, Chair. I just want to ask one question. What does it really make difficult for these cooperative members to take over the chair mill? Thank you.
Madam Waziri.
CCU. PCCU.
Thank you, Chair. I believe when God said, let's create man in our own image, that is when cooperatives started. So there has to be agreement on both sides. And even in development of all stages, there are stages of development. There are milestones. And in all those milestones, we have to agree. And because I'm representing the CEC for cooperatives, allow me, Chair, to hand over to the Chief Officer to respond to that.
Generally about elections and...
Thank you, Chair. I am the Chief Officer in charge of cooperatives. And it is our responsibility as a department to ensure that the elections that take place in cooperatives, they are free, fair, and acceptable. And as you know, Chairman, by then, I was not in that department. I was in the Department of Education. But I cannot say that I am not responsible. I am responsible, and as county government, there was an officer that was there. There is a cooperative officer. In fact, it is a commissioner that is supposed to be supervising the elections as they take over. I want him to stand. I want to believe he has taken oath and explain to us what transpired in that day, so that we know whether the elections were free, fair, and acceptable by all. And therefore, allow me, Mr. Chairman, to introduce Mr. David Minor to stand up and give us a chronological procedure that took place during that place. Thank you, Chair.
Since it is sensitive information, we will request that Mr. Minor take an oath.
Chair. Okay. Do I respond first? Okay. Okay. Yes. I, David Minor, do swear that the information that I will give to this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Chair, in responding about issues touching on elections, I want to clearly state here today that there were elections which were done on 15th of February 2023 for Baringo County Cooperative Union. In these elections, I do have a report which I'll submit to this House. And if I can mention briefly, the persons who were elected were as follows. I'll be very fast because of time. Chairman is William Lelgo. Vice Chairman, Willie Cherogony. Secretary, Stephen Chemjor. Treasurer, Jacob Lakilau. Committee member, Henry Kiprop. The other committee member is Simon Cherogony. The other committee member is Stanley Kimeto. Okay, the other committee member is Ezekiel Chepkurui. And the other committee member is Grace Rono. I'm the one who presided over these elections, and elections were done in a democratic and peaceful manner. During this meeting, 4 members of, from the committee of the union were nominated to be in charge of Baringo Cha Coffee Mill. The ideal situation is that the 4 are supposed to report to the full board of Baringo County Cooperative Union. And it is upon the chairman of the union to call a meeting whereby the people who are running Baringo Cha Coffee Mill give a report of the progress of what is happening. Now, in my office, I have not received any communication that there have been meetings which have been held whereby the people in charge of Baringo Cha Coffee Mill give reports. Maybe the chairman or the vice chairman representing the chairman can confirm whether you have been holding meetings where you are given reports from Baringo Cha Coffee Mill. But on the side of elections, they were done peacefully and in orderly and proper manner. And the elections were done in a democratic way.
Mr. Minor,
Yes.
Can you give us the 4 people who were seconded to the mill? The 4 directors from the BCCU.
One of them is Simon Simon Cherogony. Grace Rono. I think they are here, they can stand.
Kindly, the 4 members who are seconded can stand if you are all here.
Including Grace Rono. The 4, yes. We have Grace Rono, Henry Kiprop, Kimeto, and Simon Cherogoj.
Okay, well, you are standing. The other board members of the mill can also stand. So that's the full board membership of the mill.
Yes.
So they were required to be making periodic quarterly reports to be handed over to BCCU.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, have you been doing that?
Yes, we have been doing that. And in fact, the chairman, PCCU, was co-opted to our meetings.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now that we'll require minutes. I think we'll require the minutes from the BCCU. We'll require your minutes from the time of elections up to date. And also we'll require minutes from the mill, board of the mill, up to date. And we'll require a report from the department on the same. And Minor said they have a report so that we can, because there is a tussle here, which we will need to get to the root cause. Because now we have found out that maybe there are some serious issues on BCCU. And we will want, and now they are the owners of the mill. So how will you own the mill while you are disorganized? So I think I'll give to members just briefly. Okay, I will give 1 minute to Honorable Simon, 1 minute to Honorable Sharon, and also Gigan, the 3 members will just close for us that chapter, then we'll proceed.
Okay, clarification is what I wanted to know. You say about the signatory, you want to remove that thing of saying you did it. Which way did you use to change signatories from them to the new board of directors? Because now they are saying you did it illegally. I want to ask you people to enlighten us. How did you do it until you change the signatories without their handing over or without any minutes? Maybe you can clarify to us.
Thank you, Chair. I think after elections, not that I think, after elections, then the board, which was the nominated board, together with the other members, met, and then we did minutes, indicating that there have been changes in the signatories of and these are the new signatories, which we wrote to the bank.
Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chair, I think I've understood what is going on. I had not, looking at what is going on, there's a problem with, the problem largely is on the cooperative part. I have gone there and I've asked questions. Those people who are on the board right now, are they part of the cooperative? They told me yes. Do they usually sign resolutions? Because how does a company operate? A company operates, a company speaks through the resolutions that they make. So if the people who are sent to the board and they belong to the cooperative, if they usually sign the board resolutions, that means that they are speaking on behalf of the cooperative. And if they have a problem with the board that is already there, I think they need to have a conversation. They honestly need to have a conversation, because that is where the problem is. And also, if you look at, I think also the business model, the way we are conducting business is also a problem. We have a public limited company. A public limited company, the way they changed the board membership from those who were there previously to what we have, the process was not legal, honestly. Because how do you change a board membership? There must be resolutions that are signed by the board that was currently there, saying that we are changing and this is how we've agreed after an election that was done. These are the changes that needs to be conducted. Also, what usually happens, because their details appear in the BRS, in the company's registry, they usually get emails. Those previous board members, they get emails to give consent that they've agreed to have the changes done. So if there was nothing like that, honestly, that will make the legitimacy of the current board a bit questionable. We want to correct it. Honorable Chair, this is something that I think if we can sit down and negotiate, we can reach a consensus. We don't need to have a push. We are going to create a lot of problems if we continue in this manner. And if the farmers are not comfortable with the board that is there currently, I feel like they have a legitimate case so that they can have their affairs. I mean, they have affairs sorted out in a right way. That is all from me, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Sharon. I'll give to Honorable Keegan. Just be cautious of time.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mine only is to inquire if, because I've seen the push and pull, I don't know if they've been submitting the audited financial statement as per the law. I think the cooperative officer, Mr. Maina, will tell us if, and also the chairman, if they have been submitting their financial audited report annually as per the law. I don't know if, because if there is conflict, there's no meeting, we don't know if have they submitted since inception. And submitting to who? The cooperatives or? Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Gigan. That's a very valid one, Mr. Minor, because for the organization, especially the cooperatives, to be fully legal, they have to be submitting annual reports, and I know it is to the national, the audit of the cooperatives. Have they been doing them? And also from the mill, from both sides. But maybe that you will not, if you will have time to answer, we'll give you time to answer that one. But I think that one is very direct. You can just answer that one.
Thank you, Chair. The current situation at Baringo County Cooperative Union is that the last AGM where elections were done was on 15th February 2023. AGMs or annual general meetings are supposed to be held annually. So AGM about BCCU are long overdue. And the person to convene the AGM is the chairman of the union. This has not happened. And I don't know why. And then you talked about returns, filing of annual returns. These have not been done. And even the annual audits, the audits about Baringo County Cooperative Union and also Baringo Cha Coffee Mill, audits have not been done. So there is a lack of transparency and accountability in these two institutions, Baringo County Cooperative Union and Baringo Cha Coffee Mill.
And what has the department done on the same? Because it is your role.
Currently, we are organizing to hold AGM at Baringo County Cooperative Union. But the starting point is for the affiliate cooperative societies to have their meetings, which will culminate to holding of annual general meeting at Baringo County Cooperative Union. We have discussed this with in our office with the chief officer, and plans are underway to force and make sure these cooperative societies comply with the Cooperative Societies Act, Chapter 490, Laws of Kenya.
Okay, maybe I'm seeing, you said your name was? Okay, take up the microphone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. My name is Bishop William Kitilit. I was representing Baringo South by that time in ile Baringo cha Coffee Mill. So neno langu ni ya kwamba ningeomba jumba hili ambaye nimeingia siku ya leo ni ya heshima kubwa sana. We are here tuende, yani tuko hapa tuende sheria kwa sheria. Wacha tuende kwa sheria. Tusiende round kwa sababu hii ni nyumba ya heshima. So ningeomba mwenyekiti tafadhali. Ingawa sija hapa na huenda nika hapa saa hii, ningeomba kwa unyenyekevu. Tumekuja jumba hili cha sheria ili mtuokoe. Kama wakulima tunalia. Na wakulima wanalia, wanaokopa serikali ya Baringo County. Lakini mkombozi wetu ni assembly. Na tumekuja hapa leo ili mtukamue, mtueleze jinsi sheria inataka kuenda. Cooperative societies, cooperative office wanaokopa serikali. Hawataki kufanya kazi, wanaokopa ni kama saa ile inanyesha, mvua inakuja, wanalala chini. Next government wanalala, wanakuja chini. Sheria ya Baringo County Assembly ambayo mumechaguliwa na wananchi.
Nimekubali ukulishe kiapo.
Yes.
Wacha ukule kiapo ndio useme hiyo maneno vizuri.
At least. Thank you very much, sir.
Wacha akule kiapo.
Sawa. Hi, William Chesrem Kitilit, member wa Baringo Brokerage Company Limited, na pia member wa BCCU, yani kwa upande wa cha milk. I do swear that the information that I will give to this committee is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Sworn, declared by, said. Thank you very much.
Yes, you'll sign the oath, and while you are signing the oath, I think we will just hear him, and then break for lunch, and then we'll come back. Okay, what were you saying?
I trust the chairman that when we come back, we should be able to give together ample time to also make their presentation.
Yes.
Asante sana.
Proceed.
Asante sana mwenyekiti. Sina ja ziada isipokuwa karibu nifungulie hapo. Ningeomba tu kuomba ya kwamba tumekuja hapa na tusemeane ukweli na tuende kama Baringo County. So neno langu ni ya kwamba mtushauri njia ya kuenda, tusisunguke tusiseme maneno ya Kitilit wala maneno ya mtu fulani. Tunataka tuseme kuhusu sheria inasema nini. Na ya kwanza nilikuwa nimesema assembly protect your officers ambaye wanaokopa kusema kwamba labda nikifanya hii nitafanywa hivi. Tunataka county assembly ya Baringo tuone ya kwamba wana protect mkulima chini ya mwenyekiti. Tumelia kwa muda mrefu, tuko na handkerchief sahi kwa mkono, na nimeona tuko na handkerchief 2. Mtomo hii macho hii kilia napangusiwa na chairman, mtono hii kilia anapangusiwa na chairman. So tumekuja hapa tuembiane ukweli. Mimi nimepita umri ya zaidi ya miaka 60 na miongoni mwa wanakamati hao wengine wamepita. Tuko hapa kama wachungaji, tuko hapa kama washiriki wa kanisa. So tuende na sheria. Utajiri inakuja Baringo kupitia hii cooperative. Sasa tunataka tuone ya kwamba mtu anayelete mchezo hapa kwa hii kasi ya sheria kama ni Kitilit out kule chini, ninaomba mruhusu our cooperative officers wakuje chini, tufanye election kuanzia chini tukuje juu kwa kila jambo, ili tumalize hii mambo, kwa sababu hii urafiki ya kawaida Mr. and Mrs. sijui nani wana twist hapa. No, thank you very much.
Bwana Kitilit, maybe kabla hujaketi chini, Bishop Kitilit, kama hujaketi chini, umesema jambo ambalo tunataka ulikariri kidogo. Umesema kwamba idara ya vyama vya ushirika inaogopa sana serikali. Tunataka utufafanulie kidogo kwa nini idara ya serikali vyama vya ushirika inaogopewa sana na vyama vya ushirika, na ilhali inafaa wafanye kazi kwa pamoja.
Itakuja. Unakujua mwenyekiti, wale watu wameajiriwa ambaye pensionable na wale ambaye hawatafutwa katika serikali. So nguvu ya serikali wanaweza kusema unaweza enda nyumbani. So wanaokopa ni nani ako katika authority. So tungetaka mu-protect kwa vyovyote kila mtu kwa ofisi yake, kwa sababu msipo protect tutapoteza wale watu wa maana sana. Ndio ninasema kwamba wanaokopa, wengine wameajiriwa juzi, wengine karibu waende retire. So kila mtu anajaribu kuinama chini kupend ni nini mtu amesema. Lakini jumba cha sheria ambaye ni hili ya assembly wako na uwezo. Tumieni sheria ambaye mna protect watu waende kule chini, tukuje. Baringo ni moja, na kwa vile Baringo ni moja, tunataka tusalishe mali. Na vile tunapotaka kusalisha mali, si kusalisha maneno, hatutakula maneno. Thank you.
Asante sana Bishop Kitilit. Nataka nipe kupitia waziri, nataka nipe Maina anaweza sema nini kuhusiana hayo maneno yenye yamesemekana, kwa sababu pia hapa tumeweza kuona. Kwanza tulipata shida ni kwamba iko kwa BCCU. Sasa kupata shida kwamba iko pia kwa upande ya serikali, na vile idara ya serikali na idara na vyama vya ushirika ambao wanatakikana kufanya kazi kwa pamoja. Bwana Maina, kwa dakika moja unaweza sema shida inaweza kuwa upande gani?
Bwana mwenyekiti, jambo ambalo ningependa kutaja kufafanua hayo ni kwamba sisi kama officers katika idara ya ustawishaji wa vyama vya ushirika, si tumejitolea muhanga, tumejitolea kikamilifu kufanya kazi yetu. Changamoto ni kwamba ijapokuwa tunataka kufikia wakulima na kufikia vyama vya ushirika mahali kote waliko hapa katika county, sisi tuko wachache kama officers wa serikali, na tunapata changamoto ya kufikia wote kwa muda unaofaa. Kama kwa wakati huu nafikiri tuko na maofisa 5, na vyama vya ushirika ambavyo vimesajiliwa ni zaidi ya 300. Sasa hata tukipanga timetable ya kufikia hao wote itachukua muda, na tunaelewa hiyo changamoto, lakini kwa upande ya vile bwana Kitilita amesema iko uoga hiyo ni maoni yake, na yeye yako na huru ya kutoa maoni yake, lakini sisi kama ofisa wa serikali hatuna uoga ya kufanya kazi yote, na tumekuwa tukishirikiana na our CEC, our chief officer, na hatujaona any restriction kwa upande wa ofisi, lakini nataka clarify hiyo inaweza kuwa ni maoni yake, lakini kwa upande wetu we have not been restricted by our senior officers. They have been supporting us, facilitating us to go to the field, although we have challenges like the chief officer can confirm. We have challenges in mobility. Our vehicles are very old, sometimes they break down, and we are not able to reach the field as regularly as we would wish. So we have our own internal issues. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Wacha twende to naona bana manager ameinua mkono sana, sijui anataka kusema jambo gani, ndio twende kwa lunch. Maybe kabla tu hatujaenda kwa lunch, nimeona tu watu wawili ndio wapea nafasi, na tafadhali mchukue muda mfupi sababu tuko na watu wa aina mbalimbali hapa na hatutaki kuchelewa kwa lunch. So ndapea manager kidogo, alafu nipe Chepto mheshimiwa, alafu Reverend Chirchir, alafu tukirudi kidogo tu tutakuwa na maneno matatu tu yenye tunataka kusikiza. Ya kwanza tunataka kusikiza Tukenils waseme neno. Tunataka pia kusikiza watu wa brokerage waweze kusema neno, alafu nafikiri tutamaliza siku yetu. So karibu na kwa dakika moja moja.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Chair. Two things I wanted to say. Nimwambie member ama cooperative kwamba we have books, our books are up to date. Baringo Cha Coffee Mill, through Chair.
Speak through the chair.
Yeah, sorry, thank you, Chair.
Don't speak to another person.
Thank you, Chair. So, Chair, I am confirming to you that we have our books audited. We don't, the 2024 is not yet, but we have prepared the books. And the other years we have, and Chairman can confirm. The only prayer, Chair, I'm asking is our parent Department of Cooperatives stays close to us. Where we go wrong, where we see, they supervise us and say, are you doing this? Are you doing what we are required? So if they stay close to us, we shall appreciate, and they give us guidance, so that when they answering questions now, the Chair, they know where we are, not even me standing here. Last one, Chair, which is important for us. The cooperative union has a guide, what you call bylaws. Baringo County Cooperative Union bylaws. They are not adequate. They don't guide the best way it ought to be. So maybe that's a standing point, so that even when you will know who is supposed to come and elect the directors, how many are they supposed to, who is where, and from where, representation. Because I think that is where it's fluid, so that we don't have the correct way of addressing that. That is the standing point where we can, if we have the bylaws very well, even the relationship between the union and the cooperative and the BCCU will be so clear that you don't need anybody else to say what. Because that will say, you're reporting, it will be quarterly, it will be whatever means, something like that, that will be okay. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa Chepto.
Thank you very much, Chair, for giving me the opportunity. I want to say from the onset that the mill, Baringo Cha Coffee Mill, is a game changer in this county. And indeed, after transacting, we have really gotten crates that we were not able to get when we were taking our coffee to other mills. We used to take up so many bags, but we get the prime grades very little. But when they came, when we have got a mill here, we have got more of the prime grades.
unlike the others. There is something that we have narrowed. That is the problem of the PCC for the mill. And we had come closer to getting the solution. But I am seeing it is going to affect. One, the CRP 12. All the people who appear there are in this hall, in this assembly. And the request was, and it is known, that it was nominal shares, and you understand nominal shares, nobody paid for them. And we had made a request upon the appointment by PCCU, by union, of their members to the mill. That was the time that the people in the CRP 12 should relinquish, so that the bona fide people chosen by the farmers actually run this thing. I want to ask, before going out of here, who is refusing? Who is refusing to exit when the bona fide people are there? Otherwise, I want to say, I know the genesis of this mill coming to Katimok through our late son, Elias. I was called here while I was a member of this county assembly by new MCA of this county assembly to go and see the Korean people. And they asked me just 2 questions. Me and the father of Elias. What can we do in Hussein in honor of the vision of Elias? And they gave us 4 months. I gave the first priority to the father of Elias to say he wanted some projects in water. But I told them the county government can do that. And I came up with the issue of having a mill because I knew the plight of our people. I knew the potential of this county on coffee. So after the lapse of 4 months, when he came and I gave him that idea, he said it is a brilliant one and said we have got ready market in Korea. And the rest is history. Let us not, when we have come to this county assembly, this is an honorable house. Let us not go out of here without resolving the monster in the room. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa. You see, we might not get to the root cause today because we are taking facts, but out from our report, you know how the house operates. You know how we will finalize. Mheshimiwa, Chirchir, Reverend Chirchir.
Thank you very much, Bwana Chair. Thank you for this opportunity. Niko na mambo matatu tu nataka niseme. Mimi niliingia hiyo naitwa Implementation Committee 2020. Na mambo ya mill ilikuwa imeanza I think around was it 2014, 2013, 2015. Yeah. Na problems ile ilisuia tangu mwanzo hiyo mpaka wakati ilianza baadaye ni mafurutano. So hii kitu imechukua muda mrefu na wakati wa kueleza maneno ni fupi. Na nataka niombe kamati kupitia wewe Bwana Chairman, mchukue hii kitu pole pole. Kwa sababu kuna historia kwa Baringo County, wakati ilikuwa Baringo District, kuna cooperatives societies mingi ilianzishwa na kwa sababu ya tabia hiyo ikafungwa. Kuna ya asali ikaenda, kuna ya ngozi ikaenda, kuna ya mapases ilianza ya wamama ilianza ikaenda. Na wakati bwana chairman hii ilianza, nakumbuka kwa mkutano ya kwanza nikamwambia hiyo kamati tuchunge hii mashini kubwa tumeletewa isikuwe ya bure na farmers wangaike. Na chairman, kuna maneno imesemekana na ni pole kwa sababu mimi nimeingia hapa mara ya kwanza na style yenu ya hapa ni ngumu. Kuna neno imesemwa farmers are suffering, and I don't know whether they are suffering because of the Baringo cha meal au they are suffering kwa sababu ya watu wengine. Na nafikiri hiyo kitu inataka kuchunguzwa. Kwa hivyo mimi nilikuwa natoa tu ombi ya kwamba ingawa nimekuwa nasungumuza na shida, mimi ni mchungaji, nimefanya kazi kwa hii county over 45 years na sijaingizwa kuwa suspect. Tumeambiwa hii maneno naenda, and it's going to be very bad. Mimi nitoke nje, jina langu na wale wasee wengine, atukumbe ninyi mulikuwa mumenyakuwa meal kuwa yenu. Na ni kitu tuliombwa, kasema tafadhalini hii machine ipate kufanya kazi, tafadhali tuweke machina ili ianze kufanya kazi. Na tukasema it was something simple. Tukasema tunataka meal ifanye kazi. Tukakubali, sina maana hiyo yati, tukakubali. Unaona? Tukakubali. So nasema tafadhali mchunguze kamati, mchunguze hii vizuri, because there are so many other things underneath. Ile amuta itakuwa ngumu mupate. Na kuna shida, mnaona university imekuja. Tayari kesi iko wapi? Iko kotini. Na mkiua hii meal, I really don't know what will remain for Baringo County. Kwa hivyo mtusaidie, chunguza vizuri, pata ukweli. Mimi sitaki kupepa hiyo Biblia, kila mtu anapepa. Hapa unachukua tu ovyo ovyo. So I don't sitaki kuongea sana, because I will not be subjected to that, because I know what it means. Tafadhali mtusaidie. Thank you very much.
Asante sana Chirchir, nafikiri hatuta mama yetu tukirudi utakuja kuongea. Kazi lengo letu Reverend Chirchir ni kwamba sisi tunatafuta haki kwa watu wa Baringo. Sisi mahali haki iko, sisi tuko hapo. Mahali haki hakuna, hautapata sisi hapo. Na tunataka ukweli, na tunataka ile kiwanda ifaidi watu wetu. That is the bottom line. Tunataka vitu ifanywe kwa utaratibu ambao inakubalika. Hatuna lengo lingine, hatuna witch hunting, na tunataka kuwashukuru kulingana na vile tumeona maneno ilienda. Tunataka kuwashukuru kwamba you did the right thing. Sisi hatuna ubaya na nyinyi. Tumeona kwamba mlifanya jambo ambalo lilikuwa la busara kwa wakati huo. Labda tu kuna watu tunaweza sema, tuwezi sema kuna watu sana walifanya makosa, lakini tutasema kwamba kuna makosa ilifanyika kwa sababu kwa wakati ule vitu ilikuwa inatakikana kufanyika au kutekelezwa. Na tutaenda kuangalia na turekebishe na tusonge mbele. Hiyo ndio lengo letu. Otherwise kwa wakati huu tutaenda lunch, alafu tukirudi tutachukua muda mfupi sana kwa wale ambao hawajazungumza watoe tu maoni yao, kwa sababu naona karibu tunapata ukweli na kutumia zile reports yenye mtatebo lapa. Sisi tutaenda kuandika report yetu and we will get the way forward tukisonga mbele. So lunch tutatumia 45 minutes will be enough for us. Our members are requesting if we can be ile tutaweza tumia ile ya kijeshi dakika 30. Haya, hiyo ndio ombi letu. Sasa ni saa ngapi? Sasa ni 2:30, so tafadhali hatuta whip mtu, lakini enda tu ukijua kwamba saa 9 kamili tunatakikana kuwa hapa. Alafu pia nataka niwaalike nyinyi wote kwamba tutaenda lunch kwa tumetengeneza lunch yenye itatosha sisi wote. So karibuni kwa lunch kwa cafeteria yetu ya assembly. Asante sana. You can break for lunch.